Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrible and Home Care. Appreciate you joining us, however you may be joining us. And listen, anytime we get a chance to kind of take a look at or a deep dive into some of the people that are making a difference in our community, it's always very exciting for me, especially when it comes to somebody I've been knowing for a very, very long time. Very excited to welcome back to our program Ms. Tanya Harris, the Thrive president. Welcome.
Hi, Keith. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Sitting next to her, the Thrive secretary, Ms. Monique Clark. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Keith. Happy to be here.
All right. And sitting next to them, our community coordinator with Terrebonne Parish Library, Miss Emily Elliott. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. You know, partnerships is a really big deal, and empowering people makes a difference. And I got to tell you, every time I think of the word thrive, I think of you. But I also think about our history and where we got to know each other working in healthcare. And one of the things that's most difficult, the diagnosis that I've seen time and time again, is failure to thrive. You guys do just the opposite. Y'all help people thrive. It's awfully special. Tell us a little bit about how this organization does that. And y'all got a unique way of how you invite people to be a part of that.
Absolutely, Keith. So why survive when you can thrive? And that's our whole mission and logo there. Together we serve, together we thrive. And so we've used the acronym THRIVE, and T is transform. We want to do very transformational work in our community. One that's upcoming, of course, is our literacy Storywalk. And so
Right.
we know that literacy is transformational. We want to do transformational work and close that literacy gap.
Yeah.
Age is healed. So we want to make sure that we are promoting health promotion and equity out there as well. R for vitality, revitalizing. We want to revitalize our communities, especially those marginalized and disenfranchised communities. Innovation. So we want to make sure that the work that we are doing is very innovative, like no other. We want to make sure that innovation is forefront in the work that we're doing within our communities. And we cannot do this without volunteerism. And so volunteerism is huge. It is the forefront of what we're doing as well, along with empowerment. So we want to bring people along on the journey with us as we do so.
Yeah, and you know, it's really interesting. The E, the last one is E, but empowering people, it's one of the pillars of the social work school that I went to. Empowerment, transformation was one of the others. So you are basically taking this concept of what it means to thrive and going about doing that in a very unique way. This is a group that has to have an invitation to join. Let's talk about why that's important.
Yeah, we've been coined by the Point of View magazine as a powerhouse collective. And when I first read it, I was like, wow, that's huge. That is like super huge there. And
Right.
so we want to make sure that, we have people that we can certainly work with to get the job done.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where we've got another similar agencies in our area where you kind of got to get an invitation to be a part of that. But we've got a beautiful shot of your group of Thrive.
Oh,
And so,
really?
Aaron, yeah, let's put that up if you don't mind. Tell us about these people and this powerhouse group.
Yeah, so this is a collective of very influential women, Keith, and just great women from all walks of life. We've got some educators in there. We've
Okay.
got some Nichols instructors in there. I see a lot. I see some physicians in there. I see a nurse in there as well, some nurses as well. So just all walks of life in the group. So each has their own individual unique thing that they bring to our group.
Yeah, and Thrive is a part of really helping. Monique, you, as the secretary, feel really empowered and strong about how to help this group and move forward and help other people?
I do. And I feel like my role with secretaries is kind of help keep things organized and help galvanize the groups with the various committees, make sure we have things documented so we can work efficiently. I think one of the things that separates Thrive in terms of our activities and a lot of the initiatives that we're doing in the community is that it's very well organized and well executed. It's done with excellence. And that's what we try to do with everything that we do, not only to serve, but to serve with excellence, and that we're representing a positive light for Black women in the community as well.
Yeah. And Emily, being able to partner, I know we talk about this all the time about partnerships. The library is always very willing and wanting to be part of where people are making things happen. You guys do that with innovative projects, but working with Thrive also helps to do that as well, huh?
Absolutely. To partner with strong women and with strong groups to bring different types of
Just different events,
Yeah,
right? Pull
different
off these different events and really find something unique, right? I love the fact that the parish is always looking at unique things through the library.
Absolutely. We're just trying to promote and get the word out and express literacy through different walks of life and to just all ages as well, from kids all the way to senior citizens. So
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Always, always the goal. And so I love the fact that Thrive is helping people do that very thing. You know, there's a lot of organizations that kind of gather and they have fun. There are organizations that gather because they're friends. And then there's these organizations that we go, you know what? That is a very powerful Black woman who can make a difference for Thrive. And then we can make a difference for other people, right? And we go and invite those people to be a part of that. And I love that concept because it's important for us to really take a look and see where are the underserved? Where are the people that need help? And so we're going to spend a little time. I'm going to invite other you guys back. And I want to talk a little bit more about exactly how y'all do that, especially event coming up that we get to talk about and how y'all help to do that. So we're excited about the Storywalk. I want to talk more about that. As you mentioned, it's one of those big things that y'all do. And now it's become one of those things that really makes a difference in how we're reaching other people. And so you got to be proud as the president of Thrive.
Absolutely. This is a group of extremely successful and just outstanding women. I love working with them.
Yeah.
From all walks of life, Keith.
Yeah, and so that's just one of those things too, right? Where we can bring in the talents from this particular culture and help all of our community, right? It's our culture saying, hey, we want to help and finding out where that is. And you bring in a group of people that can go, oh, let's not forget about this group, right? So thank y'all for joining us. We're going to take a short break and we're going to return and do the same thing. Yeah. All right, guys, we want you to do that as well. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on this edition of Bayou Time.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough. Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality. Terrebonne General Health Systems, modern technology and timeless caring. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate that, however you may be joining us, as we welcome back to the show Miss Tanya Harris. Tanya, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
All right, next to her, Miss Monique Clark. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks.
Of course, both ladies with Thrive. And Miss Emily Elliott, community coordinator with Terrebonne Parish Library. Emily, thanks for joining us once again.
Thank you.
All right. And so Thrive, we talked about all of the wonderful things that you do and how you invite people into the organization and this powerhouse of Black women who make a difference. You guys are all about helping the community to thrive. One of the ways that we do that is with the Storywalk. So Emily, tell us a little bit about the Storywalk that we'll be doing.
So this all began when I got an email from Monique and wanted to partner with this great opportunity for Storywalk. I have been putting out Storywalk since I started back in May, and it is to promote exercise and movement as well as literacy for all ages. That way parents can be out there as well, walking and reading to the younger ones, and the ones who are able to read on their own can jump and skip to the next board that's at the park. I have two set up right now.
Okay, we have two storyboards.
I do. I have two. One's at the courthouse.
Okay.
That one is Dancing in the Wings.
Okay.
And the other one is at Maple Park, and it is I Am Enough.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Absolutely. I Am Enough is my favorite book. So we are, it really is. And then we will swap them out midweek.
Okay.
And everybody gets a chance at each place to read them.
Right. Very good. So put that back up, Aaron. I want people to understand the option here. And so both of these are up and available. Dancing in the Wings is over at Maple Park right now.
Dancing in the Wings is at the courthouse.
At the courthouse, sorry. And I Am Enough, which is your favorite, is over at Maple Park. And so what you get to do is you get to Thrive presenting you to go on a story walk. You pack up the kids, you meet at a downtown courtyard for this story walk. They're going to take place Saturday, February the 17th. It's from 11 to 1, and you can see all of the wonderful support there. But it is an option that's brought to you by Thrive, who really makes a difference in partnering with some of these areas to do this, right?
Absolutely. We've got some great partners, as you can see on that flyer. We could not do the work as effectively as we do, Keith, without those partners.
Sure.
I love this concept of Storywalk because it mixes, like Emily said, outdoorism with literacy.
Right.
That's a bang. That's a
Right.
huge win-win.
Let's get moving and let's get reading.
Absolutely.
Right? Very good. Now, you got a special guest that's coming, so let's talk a little bit about that. Aaron, put that flyer up if you don't mind. Let's talk about your special guest that's coming, Tanya.
Yeah, so Camus, we're partnering, first of all. We want to say thank you, a special thank you to Miss Margie Scobie with our African American Museum. So she
Right.
was able to make the connection with Camus and have them come down. And so it's the spirit of drums. And so we're
Okay.
going to have lots of great activities for the kids as they come out with their families. So outdoorism, there's some sing-along, dance, drum playing, drum making workshop,
wow.
lots of great activities that we want to expose our kids to. We want to make sure that they have the opportunity to see cultural art and it's at its finest.
You know, one of my favorite authors said many, many years ago, thank you, Aaron, that there's only two reasons to do things. One is fun, the other is learning. The best advantage in life is to be able to do both at the same time.
Absolutely.
And that's what this is. This is a way
You
to
nailed
have
it.
fun and learn something. And quite frankly, we want kids to see learning as fun. And if they do, they're going to want to keep learning their whole life. So when we teach them to read, and that's fun, they're going to want to keep reading, right? And we know that and literacy is so very important. When they start getting bored, right, when school, and they're not sure that they want to do it, maybe that book that they read over the summer will make a difference for the book that they're willing to read, that their teacher asked them to do that during the school year. And then if we get them moving, and we can reduce some of these issues we have with diabetes and obesity and heart disease and all these issues that we really see in adults in our area, we can address those before they become an issue for people later on. So really, really great idea. So I love this idea of Thrive coming together, bringing this story walk. So, Aaron, let's put the first flyer back up. I want people to realize what they can do and the value in this. There's two right now that we have out. Dancing in the Wings, which is going to be downtown, in the downtown courtyard. I Am Enough, which is at Maple Park. We want you to get out with the kids. It's going to be Saturday, February the 17th from 11 to 1. There are these options for you to go and check these books out and be able to see them and see these storyboards. Are really, really cool. Want you to do that. And then also we have a special event that's taking place at that time. The Thrive Story Walk special guest, Camus, is that right? Yes. That's how it said? Okay, very good. And the spirit of drums, which again is probably going to be a great history lesson for people about how these come to be. A sing-along, a dance, drum playing, drum making workshop, which is kind of cool to think about how that happens, right? It's always neat to me to see how music comes to life. But music can come to life, and we can show them how to do that. And so partnering is just one of those things that Thrive is all about. And I understand that there's a reason why the secretary is the secretary, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what Emily said. Emily said, "Oh, I got this email." I'm like, we doing this.
She's
right?
a project manager. She's our project manager.
Hey, and that's
she
what we need,
juggles
right?
A lot.
Hey,
Yes,
look,
absolutely.
Sometimes we got this empowerment and innovation that it's on one side, and we got the people going, "Oh, we're gonna make these happen." Right?
That's the person
move
right
that
there.
forward, right?
She is pushing us forward.
I got you. Listen, we're only as strong as our group is and our team, and it's wonderful to have that. And so, Monique, thanks for kind of reaching out and saying, "Hey, let's make these partnerships happen."
It's
and,
my pleasure to do it.
Yeah, and just being able, because now what you're doing is you're empowering these other agencies,
Right.
like the library, whom y'all have done this, right? We've done these before, Emily.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
and,
have.
And now we're doing it. Got a special guest come in and really making that day enjoyable. And so, really excited about that. That's going to take place, and that story walk is on February 17th. Really excited about that. Some final thoughts on Thrive in our community. Tanya.
Yeah, so I'll let Monique take this one over because I think with the kids, we have some other things. We've got a scavenger hunt, some gifts and prizes. There's some other things
We
going
do.
on.
So in addition to our special guest with Camus, we're going to have We're going to have a scavenger hunt. We'll have a photo booth there. We'll have a lot of coloring sheets, colors, things that we will give out to the kids, as well as Miss Margie Scobie's mobile African American Museum will be accessible as well.
Fantastic. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us here. We appreciate that. Looking forward to a wonderful event. All right?
Absolutely.
Good deal. All right. That will do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. I like my local programming right here on HTV.